Good evening, hello, and welcome to another evening with. At the moment, it's just me, so it's an evening with me. It won't be a whole evening. Don't worry about it. It will be actually. As it's just me. I don't need the earpiece in making funny buzzy noises at me. I might not notice if someone else comes in though, but I'm sure I will. So hello and welcome. Once again, it's Thursday, so it's time for just an evening with. I've sent the invite out to the gang and my lovely patrons, but as yet none of them have picked it up. They may not. If they don't, then it's up to you lot. You in chat to put in interesting and witty comments that I can read out and sound much more intelligent than I actually am. So throwing the ball firmly into your court. Of course, in a little while later on, I shall be going over to the Gross Group to have a look through the gallery to see all the pictures that you put up in there throughout the week, throughout the 2 weeks, because I missed last week's because of the internet. It was the internet last week, wasn't it? I had internet suffering problems, although it sort of came back, but I wasn't sure I trusted it. But this week, I'm very trusting. I'm trusting it this week, so I'm sure that it will be okay now. I said it now, out loud in the words, so it'll probably die. But if it doesn't die and I'm here, then we shall have a look in the group. I shall have a look. I've already gone through the chat and seen who's in early. So let's see who got in late. Well, I say late, just in time is the real thing. Gemma is watching. Hello. Ian Thompson's also here. Apparently I sound awfully watery. Have you washed your ears out? I don't know. Is it me, or can anybody else let me know if I'm sounding a bit strange? I haven't been playing around with the settings and things. I'll turn myself down a little bit. I see I was peaking a little bit high. I don't like to peak too high. But yes, please let me know that everything is working. I can see the stream over there looks okay, but I can't tell what it sounds like, obviously, because I'm not listening to it, because otherwise you'd be listening to it 10 seconds ago, and that wouldn't be fun for anybody. So let's have a look. Candygram's here. Welcome, everyone. Greeting, everyone, he says. Welcome. Oh, there you go. Mayhem says, sorry, my settings, never mind. That's always nice to hear, when it's not my fault. I like things being problems when they're not my problems. Someone else's problem is always better. So that's, Mayhem, Gemma, Pascal, everybody. Pascal is saying, today is a better day. How was your day? It's a better day. A better day is always nicer than a worse day. I mean, I'm sure it could still be even better, but better is better. Right. Gemma says she's better today as well. Thank you. Everybody's better today. Lewis is in the tracker. Hi all. Good evening, Lewis. Welcome. You'll be. I've lost track now. You're still working away during the week. Your home weekends, but your day starts later, so you can stay up later watching things. That's the way it works, isn't it? I think. Do let me know. The Raging Modeler is here, but not really here. I'm having internet issues. So yeah, Adam obviously won't be joining us, because he might be joining us, but not really there, not fully there, even less than normal. So yeah. Everyone's okay. How are you doing? I'm okay, thank you. Yes, this is what I like. The chat should be used just for you lot to talk amongst yourselves. Obviously, give me stuff to read as well, but you know. Mayhem is asking, Adam, when do you turn blue? I haven't got that bit of chat on. Yes, Adam has joined gracefully accepted my invitation to join the Gross Gang. So as such, he becomes a mod. So yes, he's in there, lovely, and looking after things for you. Uh, Mayhem says, I would never insist that it's your fault, except when there's spiders involved. I've got nothing to do with spiders. I don't know why people decide I have, but yeah. Pascal says, everything is better because it's an evening with the gang. Oh, big internet hugs. Oh. Yes, you got it. I was right about something. That's quite impressive. I'm happy with that. I'll have a celebratory drink. If I'm on my own all night, I might need more than that. Mayhem's been better, but you've also been worse. So, yeah. Everyone's saying hello and hello, everybody. Graham M's here. Hi, hope you're keeping well. Most of us are doing better, apparently, today. But thank you for asking. Modeler says, I don't have a band hammer. I have a flamer, a heavy flamer, heavy band flamer. Band flamer doesn't sound as bad as a hammer. I mean, technically, it's probably worse than a hammer, but it doesn't sound as bad as a hammer. I don't know. Lewis is not a mod. You're correct. Lewis is not a mod because Lewis just can't be trusted. If Lewis was a mod, then Nat couldn't kick him out. And, where's the fun in that? So, heavy claimer. Yes. At least they gave you a 5-rotator Gatling cannon. I don't know what. I know what a Gatling cannon is, but is that another Warhammer thing? I don't know. But yes. It was lovely of them, apparently. Yes, it was. And Bama. Oh, now I want ham. I want ham now. And I've just eaten, but yeah. I've been good, though, says Lewis. You have been better. Yes, I mean, everybody's better tonight, but you have been better than previously, I must admit. Keep it up, and we'll see how it goes. All right, I'm not going to make any promises, but, just being nice for a week or 2 or 3 doesn't cut it. It needs to be a more long-term thing. We'll skip past that. Has he not been good? Have I not been paying attention properly? I must admit, I haven't been watching very many streams throughout the last couple of weeks. I've been busy with other things. So if he's been on his own streams misbehaving, then let me know, because, yeah. A flan bammer. Oh, a ham flan. Is that a quiche? I don't know. There's enough people that do cooking in the chat there. I'm sure you'll let me know. But yeah, quiche is just like cold pizza, and I'm sure there's something different about it, but it's basically that. Yeah. Steve has a Baneblade with over 60 boomsticks. Who needs a hammer? 60. I've not counted how many attachment points mine has, but I don't think it's that many. I think a couple of them are bigger than yours, but I don't think there's as many as yours. But nice segue, thank you. I have finished the painting on the Baneblade, except I had the actual painting. I will be coming back and doing the weathering and chipping and stuff. That's sort of finishing off. One more video to be made, but the finishing painting the details video is now up and live on this very channel. You can find it in the Baneblade folder, or you'll find it just in there a couple of episodes ago, a couple of videos ago. I've just had something flash up at me saying the last USB device you plugged in has not been recognized. I've got lots of USB devices plugged in, and they're all plugged in now, and I haven't just plugged any in, so I'm a little bit concerned that something is going to stop working, but I don't know what it is. The camera is obviously still working because I can see myself. The mic is still working because I can see the little sound bars bouncing up and down. The Stream Deck seems to be still working. I'll press a button to make sure it works.
Slap it on.
Yes, the Stream Deck's still working. So I don't know what isn't working, but we might find out at a later date when something goes hideously wrong. So yeah. Yes. Lewis says, I've been really good. My wife is the best wife I've got. Yes, this is quite true as well, but yes. Mayhem says it's not a Baneblade. It's a B3 pattern bug stomper. Why pattern? Is it? I don't know. B3 pattern? Is that what you're saying? Bug stomper. It is, yes. The ham bammer. Hamna. Swigging Pig is here. Well, evening all. Good evening. Welcome. Bacon hammer. That's more like it. Yeah. Is it a hammer for bacon or a hammer made out of bacon? Because these things could be very, very different things. Phil's here. Primetime modelling. Evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome. Oh, they're all coming in now. Look, Dave's here. Butcher That Model. Evening all. Evening, Dave. Ian's got his fingers crossed for something. Oh, is that because of my USB device? Yeah, I've got no idea what it is. I can't even go through. You can't look at everything that you've got plugged into USB. It doesn't work like that, does it? So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. A hammer made of bacon means more bacon. Well, it doesn't really, because you wouldn't be able to eat the hammer necessarily. To be a hammer, it has to be a bit more solid than I like my bacon to be, I think. But Ghost Rider's just lost in bacon now, so that's all fair enough. Lost in Bacon is one of the best places to be lost. I'll go to the soft drink as well as that one because you're making me do all the talking with the words. So, you know, I can get that somewhere out the way. But it's out the way and out the way. There we go. Now it's not in the way either visually or audibly. Not audibly, auditorily. Audibly would be probably the correct word for that. Yeah. Steve says he hasn't counted either. It's a guesstimate on the number of barrels I can see. My Bane Blade is just behind me, but I'm not going to turn around and bring it out because it's behind me. It's hidden. So no. The Sledgehammer, Peter Gabriel. Yeah, that's the one stop motion thing, but I can't do stop motion because my frame rate's too high. So how are you all? How have you been doing in the chat? I can. I don't need to put my name on, do I? You know who I am. Yeah, we don't need that. I can bring up the traditional signs here. Obviously, you can support me on Patreon. I can put a little thing in the chat as well. Patreon.com/grossmodels, where I'll gratefully accept your patronage. You can purchase things in the. Have I got a button for that? I don't think I've got a button for. Oh, I have. I thought I might have. You can purchase your own Gross Models t-shirts, hats, mugs, and more at grossmerch.co.uk. You can find out more stuff about me, and occasionally I'll remember to put posts and stories and things up on Gross Models UK. I don't think I've got a button for that. I've got buttons for everything. I've programmed all these buttons and then forgotten all about them. And you can indeed get me by email if you want to at chris@grossmodels.uk. So that's that. The reason I came to this page, apart from that one, there's that one as well, where you can come along and join in the group. Because I'll be going to the group soon. Oh, I thought that didn't work. You come on, put your pictures in the group and come and join in the fun. The reason I came to this page was indeed for that one. Time and telly. I haven't done this for a little while. So please tell me in the chat, in the live chat. If you're watching and can't find the live chat, I don't know why you can't, but it's on YouTube. If you find YouTube, click on the YouTube button somewhere off the bottom of the screen or the top or the sides of the screen somewhere. Make sure you're watching through YouTube, be it a YouTube app or website or whatever. Find the live chat and come in and say hello. And while you're there, time and telly. Is there something that you've been watching on the telly or YouTube or Amazon, Netflix, one of these streaming things, Hulu, whatever else there is, Disney Plus? A series you've been watching, a film you just enjoyed, something like that. Tell us what you're watching, what it's about, if we should watch it or not. If you watch something really terrible, tell us about that as well, because we can steer away from it and make sure we don't watch it. And tell me what time it is where you are, because I've got people watching from different parts of the world. So if it's a different time zone, let me know what time zone you're in. At the moment here, it is 13 minutes past 8 in the PM. You can tell because it's dark outside. Actually, no, since I've got my other monitor set up there, you can't even see the outside world. The outside is out there and it's dark. So, yes, you know it's nighttime. Remembering, of course, that this Saturday night, the clocks do indeed go backwards. So at the moment, it's 13 minutes past 8. But next week, at this time, it will be 13 minutes past 7. So it will still be dark. But, you know, that's not the point. But, yes, time and telly. Come and join us. Let us know what you're watching, what you've been watching, what you should watch, what we shouldn't watch. Get get in there and let us know. Let's have a look what we got down here. How much I put in all those. I found them. Yes, so that's me. That's now. There we go. Candygram says the Baneblade is hidden. That means the camouflage is working. Yes. If you have a bright orange and pink and red bench, it will blend in almost perfectly. Trucker says the same telly as yours and telly EastEnders. You've been watching EastEnders a lot, have you? Has it come back? I know it's come back because they're all socially distanced when they're filming it now and things. But yeah. B3, same time zone, and the last episode of Angel. That's the one that didn't really end. I was a little bit disappointed with the ending of Angel, in that it didn't end. It finished, but it didn't end. There's more stories to tell. I don't know if they continued those on in comic books and things like they did with Buffy, but it didn't end quite right for me. I'm not happy with that. Candygram says, Mayhem says to Candygram, get it the right way around. Baneblade, Williams pattern camo. Indeed, that's it. It's the gross camo. Oh wait, that's wrong. But yeah. Muse sneaks in and sits down, but didn't sneak quite stealthily enough because we saw you. But welcome, Muse. Hello. Everyone's saying hello. See, Mayhem saw you coming. Overly dramatic finger point. Aha. Primetime modeling. Same time zone. First episode of Star Trek Discovery season 3. So far, it's not gripped me like season 2 yet. Season 2 didn't grip me like season 1. I enjoyed season 1, devoured it, loved it. Started watching season 2 and got distracted by other shiny things and haven't been back since. It seemed overly complicated, and I, for whatever reason, wasn't prepared to invest the effort into watching it that it needed. So I drifted away from that. I will get back to it at some point because I do like Star Trek. But yeah, if 3's not quite as good as 2, then I'm not missing it quite so much. I've heard a couple of things about the first episode, and it sounds interesting enough. But yeah, I haven't got there yet. Muse is 3:15 states. Don't really watch TV. No, I mean, it might be a video YouTube thing or a series or channel, or obviously now you're watching this, hopefully. But apart from that, is there anything else that you'd recommend us watch? A different channel, maybe, that we won't be aware of? Raging Model, Dungeons and Dragons cartoon. The Haunting of Bly Manor. Very good, decently. Watch the Blind Manor one, D&D cartoon. It's an acquired taste, and it's the same time zone. I have seen all of the Dungeons and Dragons cartoons from back in the day with the little Dungeon Master imp thing, and yeah, the unicorn. I do remember enjoying it, but as you say, that was back in the day and probably an acquired taste by now. Everyone's here. Mayhem says the time is the same time as it was when I asked the question. Tell you was Netflix Level Up, the history of video games. Level Up. I think I've watched another different one, like High Scores, was it called, or something like that? Another one I started watching that was about Pac-Man and stuff like that. But finding the history behind computer games and video games is always of great interest because I like games. It's fun. Dave, excuse me, itchy nose. Same time as me. Season 3, episode 1 of Star Trek Discovery on Netflix, but not an invite to Netflix and chill. I wouldn't have accepted the invite even if it was, but I'm happy that it wasn't. Dave, thanks very much. So you can talk to Phil about Star Trek. You probably did. I didn't watch Tuesday night. We were talking about Star Trek already then. I don't know. Gemma is obviously in the same time zone, seeing as she's in the same house, but. Taskmaster is on again this evening. I shall be watching that later. I do enjoy a bit of Taskmaster. Very, very funny. If you haven't seen it, it's now on Channel 4 in the UK. You can probably get it most places in the world online from Channel 4. But yes, very funny, strange show, Taskmaster. But yeah. Candygram is watching Gravity Falls. First time I've watched the series, I'm really liking it. It's 2:15 p.m. there. CDT, is that like Canadian District time or something? Central Delta time, completely different time. That's what it must mean. Yeah, GMT -5, completely different time. There we go. Gravity Falls. Yeah, I'm aware of Gravity Falls. I've never actually watched it. It probably is the sort of thing that would appeal to me. I think it's sort of like a cartoony X-Files type thing, and I do enjoy or did enjoy the X-Files. So I probably should go back and catch up on it, but it just hasn't got around to the place where I'm watching it yet. B3 says my Baneblade blends into the background perfectly. Baneblade bends into the background. Surrounded by other unfinished things in the B3 junkyard. The B3 junkyard must be huge and immense and scary and all monochrome because things don't get painted, they just get put in primer. So they're all just sort of grey and backgroundy. But yeah. Ghost Rider, 8:15 p.m, same time, obviously. A lot of people in the UK watching at the moment. 70s sitcoms. That's interesting. Is that just sitcoms from the 70s? Are they still funny, really? Or are they just a bit cringy? I think some of them would be a bit not funny anymore, although some of them are probably quite good still. Mayhem says, sorry, not Level Up. It's called High Score. Get your name right. So it was the same one that I was watching. Level Up would be a good name for a show, though. I'll give you that. I'll let you off with that one because it would work. Not for woodwork. That'd have to be something to do with wood. But Level Up would work as a show. Make it called Season 2 Level Up. Be better. All that grey. See, everyone knows. You've not primed it yet. I might have primed it, but that's as far as you got. Ostrich is here. Season 4 of BSG. Is that the new, obviously the new one, because the first one only went to like 2 seasons. Is there 5 seasons of that, or is there a dodgy, strangely named season in the middle there? But I've seen all of those. I liked it, but it did lose its way a little bit. It started stronger than it finished, shall we say. Baneblade is rainbow coloured, just unweathered. It is indeed. I remember now because you got different. Yeah, it been bits stolen from other things and put onto the Baneblade by the people who drove the Baneblade around. I remember the story now. The theme tune to Gravity Falls is catchy. I don't know it, so that album did not work at all. It doesn't. It's not playing in my mind because I don't know what it is. Even if you hummed it to me in the chat, I wouldn't get it. So. Edward is here, and at 3:17 p.m. So we're getting continental now. And Criminal Minds and House. Criminal Minds is again one that I'm aware of, but I've never actually watched. I probably would quite like. I like that sort of procedural cop show, that sort of thing. House I've seen all of several times and do deeply enjoy. It gets shorter every time. Every couple of years I come back and watch them all. And every time I watch them all, it seems a lot shorter than it was the time before. His time in prison seemed to be a lot longer the first time I watched it than it was in the show. And yeah, it all just goes by so quickly now. Graham, 1 hour in the future on the telly. Mostly been watching RC stuff on YouTube. It's an old habit I can't shake off. Is that radio controlled, I assume? I haven't done any radio controlled stuff for a long time. I got a drone several years ago and flew that around for a little bit. Not quite RC, I know, but it's similar sort of idea. But I used to have the Tamiya radio controlled car, and yeah, it was great fun. But I don't know, it's not so much fun doing it on your own. You'd need to be racing with other people, and don't know anyone else that does it. Even if you know someone else that does it now, you can't meet up to do it because you'd have to meet up to do it, and you're not having any of that. Muse was driving and listening. All right, so you're not actually watching. I'll let you off then. That's all right. I wonder what it's like living very close to the border between different time zones if time is spent on each side. Yeah, you might live in one and work in another, maybe. That would be confusing. That would mess with you, especially if one went to summertime at a different time to the other, and then there was a 2-hour gap. You could end up, you get to work before you left home, and it's very strange. You start work at 9, and you're an hour different. You could leave home at 9:15 and still get there at 10 to 9. I understand it. Yeah, that would be very confusing. Muse says most of what I watch is music or people on my YouTube subs list, which is fair enough. That's all right. But every so often you must get other suggestions come up on YouTube, and you might peek into them a little bit to see. So, you know. What's BSG, says Trucker? Of course he does. It's Battlestar Galactica. But someone in chat will have mentioned that by now, or just ignored you. But either way, Lewis, Battlestar Galactica. Yeah, you wouldn't like it. Ian Thompson says, Love Thy Neighbour is very cringy by today's standards. Yes, I can imagine it would be. Fox is here. Evening all. Good evening, Fox. Welcome. Nothing too PC, just nostalgic. Absolutely. So hello to Fox. And Fox answers, there you go. Battlestar Galactica, 2004 reboot. Was it 2004? 16 years ago. That's scary. That means it's been done for 10 years. That's very, very scary. Dan's here. Dan Crayer. Greetings, dudettes, and assorted lowlife. Yes, welcome to all the lowlife. We're welcome. Graham says, it is Chris. I might put a pick or two in the group page. That's the RC stuff, and yeah, by all means, that's what it's for. Anything, making related or just fun. Muse is in the parking lot now, waiting for Dad to get out of work. So you're just sitting there waiting now. So you can watch for a little bit. Well, you won't do sign language or anything, but yeah. Muse says, a friend sends me links to fancy properties for sale around the world. That's interesting. When you say fancy, you mean like this is only $7 million and stuff like that and things. But yeah, that'd be quite interesting. Are we doing what are we watching? Yes, you came in late, you missed it. I'm working my way through The West Wing again, going to the end of season 1. Once again, The West Wing is something that I've not seen. I don't know that I'd enjoy it so much. I'm not really a political program type thing. So I don't know. I don't remember ever having tried to watch The West Wing, but it's possible. But it didn't take, whatever it was. If I did start watching it, it didn't take. So no. Remember Caprica? That was an okay series. That was the spin-off from BSG that was set before it. Again, I think I only watched a couple of episodes of it, and it just didn't bite. I sort of knew how it was going to end, but yeah. Did that only lasted one season, didn't it? Or was there more than that? I don't know. Fox never watched it. Osric said it was pretty good. There you go. Muse historic stuff, mostly castles and that. Castles for sale. I don't know. I don't know that I'd want to buy a castle. That having a address of number 7, the castle, would be quite cool. But I don't know that living in a castle would, unless it was just the castle from the outside, but it's all modern inside. Only going through the drawbridge and it just being glass panels and aluminium. Be quite nice. Dave, must be confusing you. Live on a time zone border, live on a time zone border. If you're a watchmaker, like Chris said, what time would you like me to set your watch? I just repaired it. Yeah. Which way are you going out the shop? If you're turning that way, I'll set it an hour in advance. If you're going that way, I'll leave it on the right time. But, Fox tells me that I would enjoy the West Wing. The politics is almost not relevant. It's more about the characters. Oh, yeah, maybe. I'll say I'll go and watch it, but I'll probably completely forget. So at some point, remind me and ask me if I've watched any of it yet, but I probably haven't. Lewis remembers something from pop culture. He remembers Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I like that. There you go. Did you watch Angel as well? That was the sort of, not sequel, because it sort of happened at the same time as it overlapped like 2-3 seasons or whatever. So did you watch any of that? Everyone's saying everything. Osric says, Buffy. Raging Modeler, just the one, but it was getting into the meat of it. Was that Caprica? Yeah. So it sort of finished before they were ready to finish it. So again, that leaves me less likely to want to go and watch it because I know that they didn't wrap it up properly. So the characters are lovable. It can be very funny. They're still talking about the West Wing, right? Okay. Lewis didn't watch Angel for some reason. There's a few crossover episodes with Buffy, so you sort of have to watch them at the same time, sort of. But yeah. Mayhem, I preferred Willow, especially that alternate universe Willow, the leathers and stuff. Yeah, no. 2:27 p.m. for Dan, and he likes Willow as well. I've watched a few YouTube clips from the American Penn and Teller Flawless. She's the hostess on that for the Penn and Teller duet. Of course, when it was showing over here, we had what's his face? I can't think of his name now. I can picture him. Jonathan Ross. We had Jonathan Ross over it. Not quite the same. Yeah, very, very different. Mayhem says, keep meaning to watch The Boys. Finish Preacher, watch The Man in High Castle. The Boys, I watched the first couple of episodes and didn't enjoy it. I just didn't grab me. I've been told that it gets better and I should stick with it and persevere. But there's so many other things that it's quite near the bottom of my viewing pile of things I need to watch. Preacher, I watched a few episodes of, and again, didn't get grabbed by it, so it drifted away. High Castle, again, I think I watched the first episode and it didn't grab me. So there's so much to watch on telly and things now that something's got to be quite special or really pushed at me by friends and family to say you really should watch this before I actually, if I watch an episode and it doesn't grab me straight away, then I'm not going to be putting in the 4, 5, 6 hours to catch up with it and get into it and invest in it. That there's other things that might grab me from hour one. Delia Chase for the win, says B3. Osric like faith. You got to have faith, baby. Jonathan Wass says, Mayhem, yes, indeed. If I had a castle, says Fox, I would make the address F4, the Wormass Castle, which is a hole, not worm. I don't know where I got worm from. The Whole Lost Castle, which is a Whole Lost Castle, Little People Town, Mind the Tigers, AB12, C34. Yeah. Mayhem says The Boys is great, but definitely adults only. Yes, I gathered that from the first episode. It's not adult themes put me off or anything. It's just I don't know. It just didn't appeal. The next series of Star Trek Discovery started last week on Netflix. Yes, welcome Beyond Hope, by the way. Yeah, I mentioned this earlier. I got halfway through season 2 and then got distracted. So we'll go back and watch it at some point. That's one that I know I can get back into at some point, but I'm going to have to start watching again from probably season 1 to catch up and nip through it, put it on while I'm doing take season 1, and then season 2, sit down and pay attention to. And then obviously edging to season 3 now it's started. Ghost Rider brings the chat to a halt by announcing that he has cake. Do you have enough cake for everyone, or is it just personal cake? Dan says The Boys is something I should watch, but I just have no interest in the brutality at this point in my life. Pretty much, yeah. That's pretty much how I feel. It's gritty and harsh and serious, but yeah, I like a bit of levity in my viewings now. Edward says castles are drafty. I assume that I'd have the outside castle-ish, but the inside I would have to have modern, weatherproofed and all looking nice. Where did worm just come from? I have no idea. It might have been alcohol related. It may have been just because I'm sitting on me lonesome. If you got a camera or a microphone set up, come and join in. That is a pretty terrific address. Yes, that would be even the worm address would be quite cool. But yeah, no. Muse is off driving again, so probably just listening again now, or maybe not with Dad in the car. So if you are listening, hi, drive safe, be careful. Mayhem's got a better address for Fox. In fact, her F Wolf, Castle Bigley, huge spec. Mind the Stabberty, AB12, 3PO. B3's not fussed about a castle being Welsh, but I'd love a really big shed. Just think how big a shed would be if you had a castle there. A shed would be like the size of a normal house out the back of your castle, so it could be quite cool. Trucker has still not seen Star Trek Discovery. Have you seen the other Star Treks yet? Because Discovery's sort of the first. No, Enterprise is the first one, isn't it? And then Discovery sort of squeezes in there, although there's some time travel shenanigans, so it gets a bit confusing. Mayhem would love a castle, just so I can aim a cannon up the driveway at people. You'd probably get in trouble for that. I don't know whether the legal ramifications of having a cannon pointing into a public space, unless your castle came with lots of grounds, then you probably get away with it. But you know, if you're a Trek fan, don't bother. It's really like catching an STD allegedly. What was that? Thingy, Discovery. I know the abbreviations for Star Trek series have become canon now. They in the animated Below Decks, they used the acronym TOS for the original series, but didn't call it the original series. They called it Those Old Scientists, I believe. So they actually, the Star Trek TOS is an official part of Star Trek history now. But DS9 and Voyager became VOY, which makes sense. But when they came to Discovery, they were going to call it Star Trek Discovery, but then that is STD, which wasn't quite the same. So they thought, what they did with Voyager and just use the first three, but then that becomes Div, which isn't quite ideal either. So they call it Disco, apparently. That's the fan abbreviation for Star Trek Discovery. B3 had a chocolate eclair earlier. Didn't last long enough to share. Sorry. No, chocolate eclairs aren't for sharing. That's fair enough. A box of chocolate eclairs is probably not for sharing either. So you're okay with those. Fox enjoys Discovery. It's different but fun. Have you got up with it? Are you on season 3 yet? Dan says Discovery doesn't work for me like Picard. Yeah, they call that Picard. They don't bother abbreviating that. They just have no real respect for the canon that came before. Lower Decks, however, has been a joy. I haven't seen any Lower Decks yet. I know Fox has been watching through it, but I think I would enjoy Lower Decks. Are you saying that Picard didn't have respect for the canon that came before? Because I think it sort of did, didn't it? They did sort of build on the history, but I don't know. Beyond Hope is waiting on Amazon delivery in the next 15 minutes. 2 packs of tea sweeteners and 10 Curly Whirlies. Very cool. Have you done a pull and accidentally ordered 10 boxes of Curly Whirlies? Because Paul ordered like a dozen packets of crisps and got a dozen boxes of crisps. So yeah, you might accidentally have ordered far too many Curly Whirlies. I haven't had a Curly Whirly for a long time. Gemma likes Curly Whirlies. Fun fact, Cadogram says there is a road named Star Trek very close to where I live. Is it Star Trek Avenue or Star Trek Close, or just called Star Trek? That'd be strange. Don't know how road naming goes where you live. Twisted Rail is here. Evening all. Good evening. Welcome. Graham says Discovery is well worth watching. Start with series 1 if that's not too obvious. Probably start with season 1 of anything you tend to watch. Yeah, even if it's not great, then it does sort of lead you into other things. Evening. Right, Lewis, watch The Next Gen. Started watching Enterprise, but work interfered. Watched all the films though. Well done, Lewis. Congratulations. You should go back now. Work's interfering less. Go back and watch the other ones that you've missed. You probably get in trouble for that. My response would be, get off my land. You don't want to cannon up your driveway. No, that's quite true. That's probably not the best place to put it. Enterprise is meh. Voyager is okay, but you need to forget about those until you watch DS9 entirely. Fox is definitely a DS9 junkie. I did enjoy Voyager. When I did, original series was all right, but it was too old, and yeah, it's not great. It sets the scene, but it's Next Gen, very good. I really enjoyed that. That was my sort of formative years growing up watching that. DS9 was good, but I found it a bit too dark and meaningful when I was after fun and enjoyment, which Voyager brought more fun and enjoyment into it. So yeah. To be fair, start with TNG, then DS9 as the two overlap. They do indeed, yes. You'll know when it's time to start watching DS9 because they go to DS9. But yeah. Fox even agrees with this, so it can't be all bad. If you have a castle, you can lob animals out of it with your catapult to give away solicitors. Yeah. Dan says, I wish it was said to be the original Starfleet rather than those old scientists. I don't know, because it wasn't the original Starfleet, though. That would have been earlier. That would have been like Enterprise, wouldn't it? So yeah, they'd have to twist things a little bit to make that fit. Beyond Hope has a spoiler. The biggest problem with Discovery is they can play with the canon without morals, because time travel and stuff and things. So yeah, it's the same as the films now, though, isn't it? Because they can the films are like a different timeline and stuff, so they get away with it, whatever they want to do. Lewis has in fact seen Voyager, but he forgot about it. With what's happened in the first episode of season 3, I think it can now start to forge its own identity. Yeah, I think that's what they're sort of trying to do to get away with everything. Lewis is going to upset Fox with his next comment. He's never seen DS9. Candygram tells us that the road is named Star Trek Lane. There's also an Alderaan Lane, or very close to it. See for yourself on Google Maps. There you go, Garland, Texas, 75044. Dan says, from what I heard, season 3 is basically Fallout Star Trek. Well, fuck, that's why Fox likes it then. There we go. I see no issue with that. I think someone sent, oh, look, there's Star Wars with its individual stories. Let's do the same with Star Trek and balk the community, mess with people's heads. Maybe, but they sort of, yeah. Athel's in. I'll be number 13 to put a thumb up. I got 12 other thumbs up and I didn't even notice. Thank you very much. Semi-pain free as well. That's always good to hear. Graham's looking forward to episode 2. And Lewis is Adam. Well, you're capable of it, but no, don't. You haven't done anything wrong yet. Just for not watching the series. There's not enough reason to ban him. Right. Dan says, I'm at the point where I feel that these live streams are just an elaborate intervention for Lewis. It feels that way sometimes from this side of the camera as well. But yeah, as he says, not Paul. We're not just going to ban people for no apparent reason. Right, I'm going to go over to the pictures. Look, I can do it like that. You can still hear me, but you can't see me anymore, which is always pleasant for everybody involved. So these are the pictures from the last couple of weeks of the Gross Group. Sean's got a Gunpla thing. I'm sure Fox will be able to tell you what it's all about, but I don't know anything about it. It's got arms and legs and a gun. But apart from that, it could be anything. And by the time I get through all the pictures, it will be something different and someone will come out and say what it is, but there we go. Yeah, still talking about Star Trek in there. Steve B3 has glued or sellotaped. I don't know what that is on the side of his walker. I want to say it's some sort of deodorant stick, but it might not be. I don't know exactly what that is. We'll find out. I don't know. I can't tell. It's probably going to be some sort of huge rocket launcher, but at the moment, it isn't. Oh, there's 2 of them now. Look, there you go. Oh, actually, you've drilled them holes in the bottom of it yourself, haven't you? So it could be absolutely anything. I don't know. It could be any. There's a pencil sharpener. There we go. Right. They're pencil sharpeners. I would never have guessed pencil sharpener from that, I must admit. But yeah. Malcolm really likes the walker. Yeah, it's made up of bits of everything. I'm sure it used to be a big flying thing with wings that looked really interesting, but he hasn't used the wings on it. Wings for something else, probably. Frankie, updating his vending machine still and again. Steve, Lego, the one that I had considered picking up but didn't actually get around to it. And it does look very cool. I do like that. It wasn't there last time when I went back. So yeah. I do sort of miss not getting it, but there we go. I've got a couple of other cars ready and good to go. In fact, next Wednesday, yeah, the midweek makings is in fact going to be back to Lego. So I shall be doing a car on Wednesday, but not one of these. Not a big one like that. Just a smaller one. Excuse me while I open a can of Coke, because a nice cold drink is just ideal. Right. Moving onwards. Ross has been painting his dudes again. I do like the primary colour blend on those. It looks good. I'm sure the wings will go to good use, says Dan. Yeah. Fox forgot. He'll still have those wings to play with. Mayhem tells Malcolm to check the Hacksmith on YouTube. They have a power loader build series. Yeah, I saw the thing about the grappling arms that he's doing on that. They look very dangerous. I wouldn't want to go anywhere near them. Yeah, there we go. I like the red line down on the cloak. That'd scare me trying to put that on. I like the monocle. I don't know why so many of these Warhammer people have got monocles on. I don't think it's a thing that's going to happen in the future, but yeah. Beyond Hope says, attention, my curly whirlies are one delivery away. It's only 10 bars, Chris. I'd love 10 boxes. Not sure about the dentist, though. Not if you're just ordering sweetener and 10 boxes of curly whirlies. That's not ideal. Right, so we're just working our way around the back of Duke. That's a jetpack thing, isn't it? Would it not set fire to his cloak? I just assumed that would make his cloak catch fire quite a lot. Has his sword got an aerial on it? I don't know what that's meant to be. Is it a thing? I don't know. James doing a car. I can't tell any more than that. It's definitely a car, and it's. I'd hesitate to even say what color it was because it's sort of bluey purple, sort of black and purple and blue. But yeah, Fox is giving me Warhammer introductory texts. They are ocular implants. They're usually tactical or of AR type stuff. The wearer, although there are implants, not removable. Okay. The backpacks are breathing or motor apparatus things, I think. Oh, could be. I literally have no idea. The aerial is a power conductor, apparently. So, yeah. Oh, so it's a power sword. So, I don't know, glows or stabs people with CV interference. I don't know. Yes, so car. Other car. Or same car. It's a G something car because it says on the number plate, but I can't make out any more than that. It makes driving very difficult with the windscreen's blacked out like that. GTR. There we go. That's what it is. And it's definitely bluey, purpley, black colour. Right, back to Steve. He's been masking. So he's going to be painting. He's going to paint stuff. Or I think he's just going to prime the things that he's put onto it, probably. I don't know. We might find out. Although he's been a bit careful with the masking to leave the... Oh, you can't see my mouse. To leave the canopy windows covered, but the bits exposed. So, yeah, I'm not sure. We'll find out in a minute. Oh, there you go. I can tell they're pencil sharpeners. Anyone can see that they're pencil sharpeners now. They probably still work as well. Although you'd never be able to open them up to empty out your shavings. So yeah. This is Gemma's diamond art that she's been doing. It's just patterns and things. It's not legs of anything that skitters. You don't have to worry about that. Fox says that Big Three's got a motivational poster on his wall that just says "Prime all the things." Yes, prime and then walk away. This was after Gemma had some fun with the diamond art and threw some bits on the floor, so I had to go and pick them up. Is that the spider? Says Lewis. Yes. Who empties their shavings? Live your life. You got to empty them sometimes, otherwise it gets full up. Emma Jane Pictures of her, I believe 144 scale cottage series. She was doing the seasons, hence the green and the autumnal trees. Cool. Yes, look, the 20p next to it, so you can tell how tiny it all is. Very nice stuff. I've often said that we don't see enough normal builds. Everything's, like science fiction or war. There's very little difference other than, space or war. Or medieval stuff as well. Space, war, and medieval. That seem to be the trinity of model making things. It's nice to see some everyday houses, cottages, and stuff. And a tank. See, there you go. Tank with some trees behind it. From David. It's a land octopus, says Fox. Yes. We don't use the S word around here. Dan really loves that little house. It's like someone's made a model from The Sims. Yes. Fox says, in the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. Or peace, or houses. Yeah. So yeah, see, like an abandoned house type diorama destroyed through the ravages of war. Nice. Mike is doing the Spitfire part work, the 1/18th scale Spitfire. I can't remember who it is. I think it might be Hachette again. But yes, the Spitfire is coming along. He's got a wheel or two for it now, which has got some nice details to it. But being a 1/18th scale part word, you expect it to have quite a lot of details. B3 says the sharpeners will still work. I didn't glue the caps on. There you go. Yes, so the wheels even retract on the Spitfire. Pretty sure it's a Spitfire. Fox says it's the scale with our X-wings. It is. I've got the first part of the part work. I have the rotor, the propeller, which will be quite interesting to see in scale with the X-wing. Lewis has been doing some work on the road. I dreadfully hope that he's not been doing it while he's been driving. And I hope he takes it off of his steering wheel before he does the driving, because otherwise it will fall off when he turns corners. But yeah, looking good. You don't normally do tanks, do you? Tanks a new thing for you. Dan says, I think it would be cool to put the Luke from the X-Wing in the Spitfire. You don't get a Luke with it. It's just the X-Wing and R2. You can have the R2 standing next to the Spitfire plugged into it. That'd be quite cool. Do I recall correctly on that aircraft, says Fox, that the propellers are actually referred to as spinners? Or is that just the middle bit? I have no idea. I'd call them propellers still, but yeah, they might not be. B3 made a functional desk tidy. Yeah, absolutely. This is Katie. Finished her Scenic Diamond Art, which I can't see a size on there, but it looks about the same size as the one I'm doing. Excuse me. Looks like a similar number of bits across, but yeah, it's very nice. I like it. It's fine. I'm waiting for him to go up on the wall. Just the middle bit, says Graham. Dan says, now I want to see actual World War II fighters painted up like Star Wars fighters. I've seen the other way round. I've seen X-Wings and Snowspeeders done in like RAF camo and things like that. So there's no reason that it couldn't be done the other way. I've not seen it. I'm sure it has been done. Everything's been done, hasn't it? I thought the deluxe version of the X-Wing had a Luke to go with all the ground crew. It might well have. I don't know. I'm not doing the what do they call it? Not the professional, the premium. I'm not doing the premium version, so I don't know what they get. Roger had a delivery from eModels. Strange enough, it hasn't got an eModels sticker on the box. I think they put that on there now, but there we go. Mr. Modeling Saw. Mr. Models, Mr. Modeling Saw. from Mystery Models. A Tamiya plastic scriber. I think I've got one very similar. It might not be the Tamiya one. I think I've got a different labelled scriber that looks very similar. Curly Whirlies are here, but they're the 26-gram kiddies versions, not the big adult mouth welding ones. See, I told you should have got a box of 10. 10 boxes of 10, not just one. Mark has put up a picture of cake. It's not a very big bit of cake, though. There's a small bit of cake. Unless it's very, very tall. I can't quite tell in the picture, but yeah. Fox says, Diamond Art Pictures give me flashbacks to Encarta on the 386 running on Windows 3.1. Yeah, and the Doomsday Book on Laserdisc. That was interesting. That was like Street View for various bits of London with loading time. Very scary. Right, this is my Metal Earth so far. Last week, yes, because this week I did Diamond Art. The one on the left is the one that I've been doing at the moment. The one on the right is one that I did many years ago, or a couple of years ago. The one on the left is the, again, I can't remember what they call it, that premium version or the something. Hang about, I've got the box here. It says, I can't see what it says. Don't know. It says something somewhere on it about it being bigger. And it is, it's bigger. It's also the different version. It's got the square reel, not the curly antenna dish. But it's got more detailed bits to it. You can see extra bits here and there and on the back fins. So it's a more complicated build, but technically a slightly easier build because it's all just a little bit bigger. Fox says, Milimflublubub. Dan says, I did a Metal Earth this past week, a Star Speeder 1000 from Star Tours. Grown really fond of that little ship. I did Star Tours in Euro Disney, but I don't remember anything about the ships or anything in it, but yeah. Beyond Hope says, the left Falcon is the unspeakable version. The right one is the correct one. How many landing gear pods on the classic Falcon, says Fox. Looks like probably 5. But they're not actually out on it. I can just see little hatchway things. It looks like there's 5 little hatchway things. So I don't know about the other one. I haven't got that far on it yet. Although I did accidentally do the bottom bit. I then did the top bit properly. But I can't remember which one's which and what it tells you. Oh, yeah, excuse me. Mike is up to 29 in the Spitfire. It is a Spitfire. And it is by Hachette. See how well remembered that's me. Then it will be the 32-inch ESB Falcon. It's not 20. It's like about 3 inches. Tom's been doing a dragon. I've decided that all models I do from now until my stack of shame is down to a comfortable level are test pigs. The girls did their dragons from December 2019, so I thought it was time to finish mine. Very nice. Yeah, if you've got a big stash of things you just want to get through, then just get through them. So don't worry too much about them. As you say, use them as test pigs or just as practice pieces and don't worry too much about them. Steve's got more Lego, which I'm sure will be completed. Oh, yawning. I might end the stream soon and just got a bit. Will be completed in the next picture, probably. Yes, there we go. Quite a lot of stuff in there, actually. I thought it'd be just the sub. Oh, no, you got all of these bits down the bottom there. I wasn't paying attention to them in the other picture. I wonder if he glows in the dark. He looks like he probably does glow in the dark. Oh, I love that Lego, says Dan. Fox is getting confused himself about how many things there should be on there. I don't care. Oh, I like the blurry speed effects. I do like that we've got Steve to actually take pictures with some background now instead of just being on a laptop keyboard. Not sure metal detectors work like that underwater, but I'm sure they've got reasons. Very cool. Oh, Mike's got another wheel done for the Spitfire. It's a different colour to the other one. I wonder if that's the nose wheel, and it's got a different colour. Donald Mackenzie has been doing some electronics. Sparkly Christmas tree lights, no doubt. That'd be quite fun. Oh, that's a little bit scary. I can tell there's resistors. Yeah, LEDs, a switch, battery. There's a diode there, capacitor. Yeah, and transistors in the middle. I can still remember how to do stuff. There you go. I don't remember which legs of the transistors are which though, because one's got a little tag on the outside, but I can't remember which one it is. It's my Lego building tray, says Steve. Right, that'd be the reason. Look, there's more Lego. You've obviously gone on an undersea theme at the moment. Yeah, big hammerhead shark with the saw blade across the front. A schematic. This is my wheelhouse, says Candygram. I'd love to learn electronics to a basic level, says Malcolm. Yeah, I did electronics as a GCSE and passed it. So technically, I'm probably a qualified electrician, although not for house electrics. But yeah, I've forgotten it all because it was years ago, and it's all changed since then anyway. I think you have to keep up to it. What's this? Mike got a lovely package today. Free hat, the next 2 bikes. Another part work that he's doing. Steve's got a real tank. I bet it doesn't look like that anymore. Pascal is waiting on the custom PCBs I ordered. Oh, custom circuit boards. Oh, cool. So I can control my model trains with it. Interesting. I don't think that's the same thing we just saw in the box. Oh, it might be. The back bit looks a bit like that, so it might well be. But yeah, it doesn't look anything like it does in the box. He's got some paints to go with it. Sci-fi weathering spaceship. Do you have to weather primer? I don't think you needed to. That was not a tank. It was tank-like. It had tracks. Leave me alone, bully. Streaking effects, pigment, metal slag. I think I've got those 3 actually. I think I've got the same pack. Starship streaking effects. Yeah, Starship streaking is basically Starship filth in a wash already, and Starship wash is similar. Philip is on Ferrari. Cool. Yeah, nice. It doesn't look like very many parts, but I'm sure you'll make a good job of it. Is that the inside of it? Yeah, it looks like racing car seat. Backwards and upside down. Is this Dan? It may well have been, yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's got more detail than I thought it was going to have. It looks like it's got rack and pinion steering in there as well. That's quite cool. Yeah, lots going on in there. Mark, the Grim Reaper, 1/8. That's quite big. That's nice, yeah. Back to Steve for his sticking stuff all over his tank. No, it's not a tank. It's a hover tank now. It's not a hover half track. It's got no tracks at all. Stuff stuck all over it. And then it will be covered in primer and it will look perfectly all right. No pencil sharpeners, don't think. Yeah, I can't see the basic form of it at all anymore. Pascal, yes, he's did his Totoro diorama for the Zacharelius Mecha Tro We Go contest. I don't know anything about that, but it's a very cool little diorama. I like that. I don't know that you get on the bus, but yeah. My Baneblade, yes. I have, as I mentioned earlier, got the video up. Even the guns have guns. Yeah, I'm not going to count the guns on it, but there's quite a few. But yep, that's there. Steve got a present from Spit. He'll probably turn up any minute now because we're near the end. Groovies and wheels by the looks of it, I think. Marcy's been doing. It's a Warhammer base, but I don't know what the thing is. I can't tell what that is, but it's got skulls near it, so it's some sort of death demon. Somebody will know what it is. Katie's Rose Cottage diamond art that she's doing at the moment. Started in the bottom right hand corner, done the bit of the fence and some flowers. And she doesn't want me to start in the top left. I was going to start in the top left and meet her in the middle, but she said no. But she's been working her way through that. That'll no doubt be finished in a week or two. And mine from last night. Darth Vader, as you can tell, no doubt from that picture. Armor Warrior, as they call him, because they're not allowed to call him Darth Vader because they get sued. But they can do the picture. I don't understand how copyright works. But that's that. I shall put that aside now. It's still on my bench at the moment, but I'll put it aside for another few weeks until the next Diamond Art live stream comes along. As I say, next week is going to be Lego, and the week after I've got a wooden thing to do, back to Wooden Wednesday. But yes, I shall get back to it again before Christmas. Adam, his dragon. I think we saw it last time without the fire painted, but now we've got the fire painted as well. Looking very nice. Yeah, I like that. I like the base as well. The one thing that disappoints me in that is obviously not Adam's fault. The transparent stand bit could be more transparent. It's just not quite. Yeah. The dragon I did was cunningly draped over a sort of rock and tree outcropping thing, so it was landed, so it didn't need to have any transparencies in it. But don't know. I suppose they could make them more transparent or finer, but that defeats the objects of them being a support. So, yeah. I love how you do fire, says Dan. Yes, it is very impressive. Obviously, the headless horseman. He's not headless. He's got it. You can see it, but it's just not attached. And then Edward's put up some pictures of his workstation, I assume just sort of man cave type thing. Which I always like to see sort of behind the scenes pictures. So yeah, I can see he's correctly got the gross model sticker on there as well. Xbox station, well, Xbox controllers. Anyway, I can't see an actual Xbox there, but all good. The spray booth that everybody's got similar. Citadel paint racks, Hobby's own stuff. Another gross model sticker. Where are you getting all these stickers from? 3D printer in the back there as well, and some IKEA cabinets like Ted uses. Very cool. The X-Wing is scary size, the X-Wing schematic. It's 1-to-1 of the kit. So yeah, that's very worrying. Very popular spray booth. Yeah, absolutely. Lots of lights as well. You need lots of lights. And the display cabinet. Yeah, you need to do some more stuff to get in there. Very nice. Are they the IKEA type things? I think. Is it Detolf or something? Yeah. Nice stuff. Definitely like Zaku's in there. But a nice mix. I like a good mix of things. Very cool. And Steve obviously has got some Lego. It's not been a while since he's done some Lego, so yeah. I think he's going to build one of them. He's built one already, but he's going to do the other one, I think. And it was that one. There you go. He does these really quick, doesn't he? Graham, submarine of some description. I don't know. It's got a very flat top for a submarine, is it? I don't know what it is. I've got no idea. It's definitely some sort of boat. It might be a boat, might not be a submarine. I might just be thinking things. It's got some sort of deck there, but the front bit looks like it's covered in. I don't know. Edward doing diamond art. I don't know why, because everybody is. You've got to try it. It's fine. That's all done as well, isn't it? You finished that one. It's cool. That seems to be the average sort of size. Malcolm has an old abandoned shed. That is really nice. I like the damage, the wear. That looks really old and used. Very good. It's a patrol boat, says Graham. Okay, I don't know anything about that. Steve says, I see a boat and I want to spaceship it up. It's a disease, I tell you. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and then you see it next to a penny or a 2p. I can't tell. I don't know. That's a sneaky way of doing it. It might be a 2p. It might be twice as big as we think. But either way, it's tiny. There's a keyboard behind it as well. So yeah, that's very impressive. I thought that was impressive before I realised the scale. But yeah, that's very good. Fox says that Mama Fox got in the Rebel container ship. I remember that. That one needs space shipping up. Yes, it will. It's a 2p, says Malcolm. Right, there you go. So if you put it that way around, we might think it's a penny and think it's half the size it is. But yeah, that's very good. I like that. It's assuming the building has been out in the desert for decades, and obviously nobody's living in it anymore. And that was the last picture. That's the last picture up there this week. Let me come back to the screen. Hello, I have returned. Yes, so that's that. If you haven't already, come along and join the group. Let me find the button again. I'll push it down. Oh, it's down the bottom of the screen there, but it's also now in the chat. Come along and join. I found a button to invite people that like my page to join the group. And I pressed that earlier on today. So a few people have joined it today. If you're new to the group, just come along, drop pictures in, and then on a Thursday, I go through that house will probably be the one that I remember. So anything posted after that, I'll come along and show off next week. These buildings are amazing. Yes, absolutely. It really is. Right. That is pretty much it. We did a lot of talking before the gallery time. So now the gallery time's happened. I think I'm ready to call that a night. Nobody's joined me. So I just a me night tonight. Next week, though, is the last Thursday of the month. Even not well, it's the last Thursday of the week as well. But more importantly, it's the last Thursday of the month, which means that I throw the gates open to you lot. So not only can you heckle from chat, you can come along and heckle live on camera if you like as well. Get a camera and microphone set up and working, or even just a microphone, even if you want to just do the talky bit without the face pictures. I will put the link live in the chat next week, just after we go live, about 8:05. And anyone can come along and join in. If you misbehave, you'll get kicked out and banned. But if you don't, then you're welcome to come back time and time again. The invite is obviously open again to my friends and patrons in the Gross group. They're welcome to come in before that. So if it fills up with them, it won't fill up with them. You might get one or two of them if you're lucky. There won't be room for you lot, but there'll be room. You're welcome to come in, just say hello and go back out again, or stay for the duration. If it's very, very busy, it won't be busy. Then we might have to cycle you through a bit, but chances are you can just hang out with me and hopefully a couple of other people for an hour and a half or so. And yeah. For the mute button, says Tom. What mute? No, my audio is coming through. I don't know about the mute. I don't know what. So yes, that's that. Next week, we are at Thursday today. So nothing much happening with me until E-Models, really, on Monday. It's Ted's turn for Sunday night. So it'll be Ted's turn doing the Warhammer. I don't know what. He might do an early one. He might do 8 or half 8 again. So that'll be that. I think the week after that, Sunday, is the first Sunday of the month, so it might be me and Ted. So we'll talk about that amongst myself and Ted in the next couple of weeks. But that's the working plan. So Monday's E-Models. Tuesday, Katie and I shall be playing some more of the escape room thing over on the Team Inept channel at 6 p.m. So come along and watch some of that if you want to. You don't have to see me on camera that time. That would just be me talking. Katie wearing the headset and doing all the VR moving, finger waving stuff if she remembers, and talking as well occasionally. And she'll make her way through another level or two of Escape Legacy. Other than that, it'll be next Wednesday when, as I said, it's Lego week. And then next Thursday, everybody's welcome. So that's it for this week. Let's have a quick look through and see. I wonder if that button thing would help my 6-year-old with remote learning. I don't know what button thing we're talking about. My buttons for making it do things like that.
Slap it on.
I don't know about that, but I don't know. Athel is off to watch something. Chicago PD. Candygram says thanks. Ghost Rider says enjoy seeing all the projects. Yes, that's what it's all fun to do and see and things. Fox says good night, everybody. Take care, stay safe, wash your hands. Pants are optional. Pants are always optional. You don't see below the belt, so it's fine. B3 says cheers. Dan says thanks everyone. Swigging Pigs says night all. Malcolm says thanks all. Thanks Chris for the company. Graham says most enjoyable evening. Take care and stay safe. Ghost Rider just waves. Gemma says night all. Take care. Ostrich says bye. And Graham says good night, Gemma. Graham had already said good night to everybody else, so that's okay. So I thought you're just ignoring everybody, but that's fine. So I shall see you all soon. Stay safe, and I'll see you on the next stream. Good night all. Bye-bye.